Hey Michelle, this is David Olkowetsky with Artisan Revere. Thank you so much for your order. My team and I really appreciate it. These are your 3 knives right here, and here are their sheaths. I just want to walk you through our standard QC process. I hope you don't mind. I'm just taking some of the blue painter's tape off. I like to put that on there just to make sure I don't accidentally scratch up the blade. So for every knife that that I ship out, I always just make sure that I'm 100% thrilled with the spine and choil in terms of the softness. So let me just show you how your knife moves through your knives, I should say, move through magazine paper. There we go. And here's your small petty knife. And you can probably see on the video that the knives aren't 100% clean. That's just because I have them on the belts just to do a little bit of extra touch-up work that I like to do. Not to worry, I will clean them up obviously before I ship them out. So these are your three knives. So let's go through the full QC inspection. So I don't know if you know, we upgraded our handle hardware away from the brass pins to these new black oxide coated hex screws. We also adjusted how we make the handles so that they're extremely precise and highly repeatable. So we now use a CNC mill instead of a router, and that ensures that we get this really physically appealing and amazing tactile response with this 2,000th of an inch overlay on the handle material. So it's going to feel really good in your hand, and it's not going to expand and contract like the old way that we used to do it. So these black oxide coated hex screws, we make sure that they're fully flush to the handle. They are. I'm inspecting the handle to make sure that there's no gaps between the blue rich light, the red G10, and the Tang. There aren't any. I'm checking the front of the handle to make sure it's nice and soft. It is. I'm checking this area right here. This is called the choil. This is what I was spending a little bit of extra time on to make sure that's nice and soft for you. I spent a lot of time rounding it over. Same thing for the spine of the blade. Now I'm going to inspect the edge grind to make sure it's nice and even. It is. And same thing on this side. Perfect. And we're going to run it through the fingernail just as a final check. And let's do the same exact procedure on the paring knife. Perfect. And your small petty knife. Perfect. Really soft. Edge. Great edge. And through the fingernail. Perfect. Okay, so these are your 3 knives. I'm going to give you a couple quick pointers. Let's just use the small petty knife. So when you store your knife in the sheath, make sure you match up the AR on the blade and the AR on the sheath. 2 reasons for that. Number 1, it's not going to fall out. It shouldn't. I wouldn't recommend holding it by the sheath, obviously, but also there is a leather welt, an extra piece of leather on the bottom of the sheath, not on the top, and that's going to prevent you from cutting through the sheath, okay? You can fit all of these knives in upside down. This one happens to be a pretty tight sheath, so it's not going to fall out, but the top of the leather sheath does not have an extra welt, so you could theoretically, it hasn't happened, cut through the stitching. Also, if you are going to be storing them not in the sheaths, which many of our customers do, I recommend a wooden magnet. So there's wood on the outside, there's neodymium magnets on the inside. You place the knife spine first, rotate like that, and to take it off, rotate the edge off and pull it off again like this. Okay, wonderful. Before I ship these out, I'm going to clean them up, and then I'm going to ship them your way. There's a little black booklet in your box. Please have a look at it. It includes a little bit of extra care instructions. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. I hope you love your new knives. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My phone number is included on the packing slip, but also obviously I'll text you as well, just so that you have all of my details. Again, don't hesitate to ask any questions. I'm here to be a resource to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.